What's up, guys? Welcome back to our Minecraft Pocket Edition Survival Guide series. This is episode 10. And what we're gonna do today is I'm gonna make 3 farms. And if you're wondering what kind of farms are there gonna be, I'm gonna make a flower farm. These two are gonna be flower farms for the tall flowers and these small flowers as well. Then I'm gonna make a sea pickle and a cactus farm. Cactus gives us green dye, and so does sea pickles. But not only that, sea pickles can be used for a light source. Like, make sure you have a silk touch pickaxe or a silk touch shovel, because we're gonna be needing grass blocks. To get started with making this farm, I have a 9x9 room area. I want to have a minecart hopper right here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna place 5 blocks like that, and just follow what I'm gonna do. And the reason why I'm doing this is because this is where our minecart hopper is gonna go. Now, if you're wondering what's next is, I'm gonna place another temporary block, and now we're gonna place our hold on, miscalculation. Just go ahead and keep one part. I did make a little miscalculation, but nonetheless everything is fine. So we're gonna do this until we have it like this. All right, cool. I just made it 1 block shorter because I split it from 2 blocks apart, which I shouldn't have done, which I forgot. So now we're gonna have to place these 5 other grass blocks. If you want to make this bigger, you can, but since I'm not really trying to make it that big, I'm not going to. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to the middle of this 5 blocks, and I'm gonna place this grass block on top. I'm gonna remove that temporary block, and I'm gonna leave it like that for now. The reason why we're gonna have this H looking thing right here is because we're gonna put our flower and they're gonna grow right here, and I'm gonna show you how we're gonna collect that. What we can do is grab your dispenser. Only have 5 right now, but I'm gonna make 10, and then some of your glass. You don't really have to use glass, but I like to see the farms. I really like seeing the farms. Now what we can do is you could place blocks on top like this, like right on top of the grass. Yeah, so once you place your raw blocks, place your dispenser, and make sure your dispenser is going down like this. So I'm gonna place it till I have 5 on each side. Alright, I have the same thing on this side. Nice. We're gonna add one right here as well. So go on the bottom of this and make sure you have it like this. We're 50% done with the farm now. What we're gonna do next is we can start covering up the sides. So you can use any type of solid. You can use any type of blocks. I'm gonna use glass because like I said, I want to see through my farms. Cover the whole entire thing with glass, as I do. What I want you to do next is, so we won't get a little confused a little later on, go ahead and place 2 hoppers like this. I forgot to mention, grab 10 buckets of water. So once you got your buckets and place your hoppers, go ahead and place 1 bucket of water in each of these dispensers. The one in the middle, the reason why I had a hopper in here, because we're going to be placing bone meal. So go ahead and make this. It's not that hard. All you have to do is just place glass and then 5 blocks, well 6 blocks like this, and then place a redstone under that floating block. Get your comparator, have it like this, a tick I believe, put it on a single tick, and then you grab your redstone like this, make it into a circle. We'll connect it back to your comparator, your lever up here, hit the lever, yes. This is gonna be our little clock. Before we connect this clock, we're gonna put redstone like this. Place redstone on top of the dispensers. Here. Yeah, these sides have to be glass so they won't, like, when you have full blocks in between those dispensers, it does kind of messes up the water system. But if you have glass, it won't. So now that we have that done, this is how our water is gonna go. Yeah, just make sure you don't have your water out. So you could just flip the switch fast as you can, and then the water should be out. Now we could just steal this. We're gonna basically borrow the redstone power that we made up there, and we're gonna bring it down like this. And then this is why glass is important too. One thing, if you don't know, you can actually put redstone in between glass like this, so you can have the current going down, and it's not gonna affect anything that you do with the farm. But what you want to do is you break this block, you break this glass, solid block, another solid block, redstone torch, and then you hear that tick, that means it's on. You place another block right here, another redstone lamp, another redstone torch, and now that should be off. And what we can do is we're gonna connect this redstone signal over here, and it should be connected now. So now that we connected this signal, I believe we can now turn it on. Go ahead, add a flour in here. Put the bone meal in the hopper or in the dispenser, doesn't really matter. You want to see how this farm works? Hit the lever. And yes, our farm is working. As you can see, the bone meal is bone mealing the plants, and they regrow and regrow. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn this off. But how this farm works is this contraption, this redstone clock, is going to be powering the dispensers that are going to be dropping water simultaneously, while also we hijack the signal and we put it into another dispenser, which is going to be dispensing bone meal. The same time as it's dispensing the water, it's going to be dispensing the bone meal. So every time a plant grows, it gets broken, and then to collect all that, it's simple. We could use minecart hoppers. So if you want to collect everything now, go ahead and place these power rails like this. Place regular rails on this side. Place your minecart with a hopper. Push it to one side. We can place one lever right here and a lever right here. Have one go on, or have both of them go on. And it will go, and it's going to be going back and forth like this. So once you guys do that, you guys are literally done with the farm. Literally, if you guys don't want to have if you guys want to keep the flowers in there, that's fine. But I'm gonna make an item sorter later, but not right now. It wasn't that complicated. It was pretty simple. This farm is gonna be useful to dye colors, because I like to dye. I want to be dyeing a lot of glass. I'm gonna be dyeing a lot of glass and other things like that. You could change these 2 blocks into hoppers and have a chest down here, and then have this lever on top of the solid block, so it won't mess your hoppers, and then it can still activate your power rail, and so you could collect them into a chest. Yeah. So if you're wondering how we're gonna make this tall flower farm, just bear with me. So we're gonna place 1, 2, 3, 4. Go ahead and place a row of blocks like this. And the reason why, because we're gonna have a minecart right here in the bottom, and it's gonna be collecting the flowers. What we can do is we're gonna place dispensers like this. Yeah, the reason why we're having the dispensers on top, because I forget that we're gonna have a minecart hopper on top that's gonna be just putting all of our bone meal in there. And if we have redstone currents near this, it could mess up the farm or just not make it work completely. I'm gonna cover this up real quick because I need to know how big I'm gonna be making this little area. So I made a little adjustment, something small like this, nothing too crazy. Of course, my dispensers are still right there. I just have the stairs covering it, and they're still facing on the bottom like that. Final part, placing redstone like that. Place the redstone up here like this. You can go ahead and make this like this, but if you want to bring this lower, you can use glass, as like we did last time. Just put glass on right here. But for my sake, I'm gonna do it like this. So I'm place a comparator like that. One tick on it, and then yeah, so it's gonna make a little farm again. Connect it, and it's gonna be going into our dispensers. Alright, so I kind of made a little miscalculation on top, but you can go ahead and place your minecart hopper in the bottom right here. So this is going to be collecting all of the flowers. You can start placing hoppers like this. I forgot that you need hoppers for items can get sucked in there, you know? Once you place your hoppers on top of the dispensers, add your power rails and into solid blocks on the side so your minecart hopper won't fly out. So I hit the lever and everything should be going back and forth like this. You want to see this farm work, basically you do have to turn it on so it can collect the stuff, and then you hit the lever, and when you hit the lever, boom, all of our flower types are grown. You see, I got all the flower types. If you guys want to add hoppers and a chest to collect all your stuff, by all means, but I'm gonna do something a little different because these are two flower farms and I want to connect I don't want to connect them, but I want to have their items sorted to one direction. Since these are both flower farms, I want all their storage systems to get collected with one unit. For now, we are done with the farms. Well, with the farm, because it is a flower farm. Like I said, we're making a flower farm for the small flowers and the tall flowers. What we are gonna do next is we're gonna make a sea pickle farm. Alright, so place one block like that, and then go ahead, dig 3 blocks out like this. 1, 2, 3. Place another block right here like this. Remove that temporary block, and then temporary block, and then block. And you're gonna see why I'm doing this. So make sure you have a pressure plate. I made these by accident, but nonetheless I still have pressure plates. Once you add that pressure plate, go ahead and put a redstone dust right here and put another one right here. Then after you place that, place the redstone torch right here. It's gonna activate that redstone dust, and then place another redstone torch right here. And what we're gonna do with this power is we're gonna activate another contraption. So once you do that, place your repeater like this, and then place a comparator like this. Put it on 1 tick. So once you do that, you're gonna want to place redstone like this. So every time you hit this, it's gonna make a clock. If you don't want to dig out and just place redstone, go ahead, but do this and then go over here on this side and make an L shape like this. You have to skip a block and go out like this. I removed that redstone because I forget that we had to put glass right here. Place a glass right there and place another one like this. Go ahead and break this. So we're gonna put one right here and one right here, and it's gonna be the same thing for this side as well. And boom, we have both of them connected and they're both the same. Place a block right here. Now what we can do next is place a dirt right here, another one right here, another one like that. Go ahead and place temporary block right here. This is gonna be my temporary block just for now. And then grab a dispenser. Now place it right here like this. Once you have your pistons, what you can do next is have a temporary blocks like this, and make sure your piston is going in the dirt like that. Skip 2 blocks like this, and we're gonna place a piston like this. And then so once you place your pistons, place another piece of glass like this, another one right here, place a repeater, and then place another repeater right here as well. Solid block under it, solid block under. Now to activate the dispenser, place a solid block right here, place a redstone torch right here, and you should hear the dispenser firing out now. If you guys want to, you can place a glass block right here. So because we are gonna be seeing the farm, place another solid block right here, place blocks right here. What I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna place a hopper right here, hopper right here, another one like that. I'm gonna do it to this side as well. Go ahead and place it like this. I need to go ahead and cover this up right here. So I'm gonna put a block right here like this. The reason why we're covering it up is because we're gonna place water, and then we're gonna place hoppers as well. We're gonna place minecart with rails. So now that we have that done now, you can go ahead and remove your temporary blocks that we had in here. We don't need them because we're going to be placing coral. Once you got your infinite water source, start placing water inside like the way I'm doing. Try not to hit the hoppers because the water will go through the hoppers. Once you place that water, go ahead and get your power rails. Place one right there, place one right here, another one like that, and another one like this. Go place a block up like this. Go place another row of blocks on top of the pistons, then on top of the blocks like this. Another one like this. And you should have everything filled up like this. This whole entire thing, it's a water source. Like nothing, like I didn't place the water on the top and let it flow. I had to place all the water buckets individually inside. Yes, place a minecart hopper in like that. And believe it or not, you can actually place redstone in water. It is a little tricky on mobile, but just do that and then you should have no problem. Now that you place those minecart hoppers, go ahead and place the lever right here on the side. Have it go on, and then that minecart hopper is going, and that minecart is going to be going back and forth like this. Now what we can do is we can start placing our coral and sea pickles. I don't have any coral, but if I come across a wandering trader, he will have coral for sure. If you guys don't have coral blocks, you do have to go to a warm ocean biome, or not. If you have a wandering trader near you, I recommend going to him and then using him to get coral. I only have one. What a shame. I had no luck of any wandering traders being near me or spawning next to me, so I had to go out of my way and go to a warm ocean biome, and I grabbed some coral. And you do need a silk touch pickaxe, because if you just mine it out without a silk touch, it is going to become a dried up coral, and we don't need dried up coral. Once you have your coral, grab some sea pickles as well. What you want to do next is place one coral block right here. To make it easier, go inside, place one right here, place a coral block right there, place another one right here. The final thing to do, place 4 sea pickles like this. Ooh, right after you place those 4 sea pickles, we do need to go grab bone meal. It's because you can grow sea pickles with bone meal. Now we're gonna place this bone meal in the dispenser. Go ahead and step on this, and all our bone meal, all our sea pickles are growing, and then they're getting broken by the dispensers to collect them. If you don't want none of your stuff to fly out like how it was just flying out right now, go ahead and cover this up. It can be any type of block. I'm using glass, but the fact that I covered this up, now my sea pickles won't fly out the farm. Eventually I'm gonna add a chest right here because that's really all I need. Place a chest right here or something like that. But overall, we're done with the sea pickle farm. One big thing I wanted to mention also was, this is not my design. I did get this design from Blue Jay Games, and I will link in the description his channel. He's also another content creator for Minecraft Bedrock Edition. He comes up with some really nice contraptions and ideas when it comes to farms, and I wanted to replicate this farm also because not a lot of people know about this. I know there's other bigger contraptions like the one that JC Plays made. I'm not really interested in too much big contraptions. Like all you need is just a simple one like this, and it'll have your farm working no matter what. Next, we are gonna make a cactus farm. Before I get started making my cactus farm, I want to figure out where I want to place it. So I think I want to place it right here. Yeah, so I'm gonna make a 5x7 area. In reality, you don't need a big cactus farm unless you're gonna be doing something crazy. You really don't need a big cactus farm. You just need something simple. Well, you can make this round if you want, but make sure just make sure everything is aligned well. The reason why you want to be aligned well is because you don't want to have to be placing more blocks than you should. Like the reason why I say try to align it well, because I'm like, my OCD kicks in because I like to have things fit naturally. I'm going ahead and just do what I did. I place walls like this because I'm gonna have sand on top of the walls like that. Go ahead and place your cactus. The reason why we're doing it like this is because whenever this cactus grows and we have a block like this, it will break automatically. We're gonna do that in each side. To me, it doesn't matter if I lose some of the cactus in between the cactus because these things always are constantly growing. It's pretty much it for the cactus farm. That's all you have to do, literally. Now, what we can do next is you could add a water system. I'm gonna go ahead and try to cover this up because we need a water system. What you want to do next is if you want to place a bucket of water, go ahead, but I'm gonna place ice blocks because it's much more easier for me. Once you place your bucket of water or ice, break it and the water should be flowing. And the water should be flowing like this. So now everything's gonna be flowing towards the middle. And well, all the small objects are gonna be flowing towards the middle. What you want to do is look at the middle, break these two blocks, break this one as well. Now the final thing to do is add a chest in the bottom like that. Once you place that chest, place the hopper. I'm gonna place this chest in here, make it a full double chest. We are done with the farms, guys. Like I was saying before, you can make these big as you want or as little. Up to you how big you want to make them or how small. But I really don't need a big cactus farm because I'm not going to be using a lot of cactus like that. I'm only going to be needed for dye and maybe for some like decorational things. But if you're going to be needing cactus for something else, yeah, go ahead and make a big one. Now that we have these farms finished, we can collect every single dye except black dye. In order to get black ink, you have to kill squids, and we're not near an ocean. And the other way to get black ink is by a wither rose, by turning a wither rose into black ink, and that also is out the picture. If a wither kills any, like a cow, a mob, or a player, they will drop a wither rose. But we're nowhere near that right now. Luckily for me, I do have some ink sacks in here, but I don't need that much. Eventually I am gonna make a squid farm as well, so we can farm those ink sacks and any other things like that. Now that we got all these farms finished, we're pretty much done with today's episode. I am gonna try to make some buildings to cover all this up, but it's gonna take me a while, so I do need some ideas before I start building. These two farms function as two things. This is a light source and a dye color. And this is more like protection and a dye color because you could set up perimeter walls with cactus and with these flowers for decoration and for the dye as well. And the same thing as for this one. Like I was saying, guys, I like to utilize a lot of blocks in this game for decorating and building. This concludes today's episode. Thank you guys for watching. My name's Animated Didi, and I catch y'all on the next one. Later, y'all.